Hey, family, and welcome to a Woman's Heart podcast where we explore faith, inspiration, and personal growth. Today's guest will take us on a journey from her corporate success to a personal fulfillment of owning her own coaching practice, which is super exciting. Stay tuned as we explore her story and discover how she's empowering others to unlock their full potential, both personally and professionally. You don't want to miss this one. It's truly inspiring. So hang in there and keep watching. Hi, and welcome back to Woman's Heart Podcast, where we explore faith, inspiration, and personal growth. I am so excited that you're joining me for another empowering message because today's guest is Jessica Aniela, right? Correct?
Exactly.
Messenger of God is what her name stands for, and I love that. So, Jessica's story is one of the transformative journeys from corporate success to personal fulfillment. And I love that because I have done the same thing. And to have someone on the show that has walked that journey, it's going to be a great conversation. So, before founding her coaching practice, Jessica thrived as an award-winning sales marketing consultant and going above and beyond to mentor and empower her clients. I love that. That is so good. So, however, in 2014, a pivotal moment during a retreat in Hawaii led Jessica to make a bold decision, firing her boss and embarking upon her own healing journey of self-discovery. It was then, in doing that transformative experience, that Jessica unearthed her true passion, guiding others to unlock their full potential, both personally and professionally. So think of me as your chief encouragement officer, setting the stage as we delve into Jessica's inspiring story and discover how she empowers others to reach new heights in their lives. Welcome to the show, Jessica.
Thank you so much, Edna. I'm so happy to be here.
We're
And
excited.
yes, definitely excited to be here and sharing, knowledge and wisdom with your audience. And I love it. Thank you.
I do too. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to say yes to the call because I know
Oh, yes. That was a no-brainer.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So let's jump right on in. I would love for you to share from your heart who you are and what makes you get up in the morning.
Yes, I call myself the angel of wealth. The angel of wealth, and how I came to that conclusion is my Aniela means messenger of God. Jessica means angel of wealth. So I call myself the angel of wealth.
Awesome.
And that's exactly what I do. And what makes me get up in the morning is because I love making an impact on someone's life. I used to do mentoring on the side when I was in corporate sales.
Yeah.
And that was fun. I enjoyed that because you're making a direct impact. And that was my deep desire is really helping people, helping people get to their goals and achieve their dreams and see them thrive in life. I think that's very rewarding. It makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah.
And that's the reward. I feel is just seeing people thrive, see them happy, see them achieve their goals, see them living a fulfilled life. And that's what I was doing on the side that I wanted to do full time.
Awesome. I love that. That's what gets you up in the morning, that you just want to impact the world around you and help
Yes.
help people. So Jessica, what inspired you to start your own business? Can you really share with us a little bit about the journey as you it led you to take the leap of faith from your successful career in sales to marketing consultant to founding your own coaching practice?
Yes. Wow, what a journey I had. It's like if I were to talk to people, this is the best journey of your whole entire life. It's
Mm,
not going to Spain, not going to Italy, not going to China, but taking a trip on self-discovery,
that's
on
good.
investing in yourself.
Yeah, that's
That
good.
is the best journey to take. And since I was a little girl, age 5, I
Mhm.
took it upon myself to paint rocks and sell them door to door.
Right.
That was just the premonition of things to come because
Right.
I didn't know. I mean, kids are creative. They love to create and paint, but my thing was to sell my work and sell them to my neighbors, sell them to people that I knew. And it's funny that I would share with them, oh, it's going to be, I asked for $1, and then they're like, what about 25 cents? I said, what about 75?
So
Um,
you're negotiating the
I
price.
negotiated. I was negotiating at the age of 5. Isn't that crazy?
Mm,
And
that's
see,
good.
I
Mhm.
didn't realize that story stood out in my mind my whole life. Even though I forgot about a lot of things in my childhood, but that is the most important thing that stood out in my mind.
Right.
And years later, when I went into corporate, and I before that I was going to college and didn't really understand what was my purpose. I want to understand, like, what's important to me, what
Right.
can sustain me and make me help me be successful and also help people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I got into international business because I wanted to work with people from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
I desire to learn about culture, learn about people. And I said, what better way to international business? I said, I can learn about culture and get to know people. And I really love getting to know culture and understanding people. And so when I got into corporate, Pitney Bowes was one of the companies I started with. And it was the best company because I had some really amazing mentors.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which is, I feel so blessed.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the mentors I'm still in touch with since the 90s. And he was, these people really helped me empower myself,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
become successful. My first year of sales, I made the trip. That was like a big thing to make.
That is a big thing because when you shoot for the trip, it's like, okay, you got to make this many sales and you got to have this
Yes.
revenue. And yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah, and I was just focused. I said,
Mhm.
because I asked God, I wanted a job so I can travel the world.
I love that.
And that's what he provided, this
Mhm.
amazing company. And not only that, but they also put me through school. I had to finish up
See,
my
that's another.
education there,
Yeah, yeah.
which
Love
was
it.
amazing. And I really, I am so thankful to that company because they really invested in their employees.
That's good to
And
hear.
yeah, it was really, I mean, everybody I talked to at the company, they've been with the company 30, 40 years was average.
Mhm.
I was like, wow, this is an amazing company.
It speaks volumes of a company when folks stay that long because that
Yeah,
means they really enjoy working there and the company values them, so they want to stay.
exactly.
It makes a huge difference. It does. I love.
Yes. Yeah, it really, I mean, that company was really good to me.
Mhm.
And any of the goals I had, anything that I wanted, I was able to express myself and they helped me achieve it,
It's so wonderful.
which was really amazing.
Mhm.
They worked with me because as I was excelling in my career, they're
Mhm.
like, Jessica, no problem. As long as you're doing business and doing what is expected of you, and I went way above what I was expected of me.
Mhm.
So they were all, they were more than willing to invest. And I
Right.
said, and that was a really good partnership. It really
Yeah.
was. Until I exceeded all my goals. I'm like, okay, I was there 10 years, and then I moved over. I said, you know what, my mom's in she's in the medical field, she's a nurse, my sister's a nurse. You
Yeah.
know what? Maybe I should get into medical sales.
Mhm.
I want to
Mhm.
go into nursing, but maybe into medical sales, maybe I can make it direct impact. That's what
Mm.
I was thinking.
Right.
So I said, okay, let's do it. I don't have a medical background, but
Mhm.
I have a tremendous sales experience. Every year I exceeded the sales, the top 1%,
Right.
I achieved all my goals, travel the world. And I said, that should get me a medical sales position. So that's
Yeah,
what I
because
did.
all the skills are transferable. Everything you use is transferable. You just need to learn what the medical equipment is or whatever you're going to sell. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
and
what you
that's
teach
and
people.
that's and that's exactly what I did. I interviewed a lot of companies though, because I had to compete against like all these medical professionals that had
Okay. Yeah.
experience.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a little tough, but I
Mm-hmm.
persevered. I said, I'm not going to give up. And there's this one company that hired me, and it was called Smith and Nephew. And
Mm-hmm.
once you're in medical sales, you're in. So I said, okay. So I had to learn a whole new language. I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had to learn medical terminology that I
Mhm,
didn't have before, the
right.
anatomy of the body,
Mhm,
which I really didn't really study much.
mhm,
So I had to learn more about myself, which was great. I really
mhm,
liked the opportunity to do that.
mhm.
So, and I excelled actually my first year. So I was
Good.
again top like 1%, top 10 in the company. And there are people like, wow, I closed major hospitals. And I worked there for 5 years, and still instead of things changed in the medical field, everything was going out to bid, and that's our company lost a lot of contracts. So I said, okay, I can't stay here. I'm not going to make as lucrative of income. I need to move to another company.
Right, right.
And that's what I did. But that next company was not in alignment of my values.
Yeah, that
I
can happen.
realized.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, the manager was the worst I've ever had.
Mhm,
I didn't really enjoy my job.
mhm,
And then everything started to hit my health.
mm,
My health started to deteriorate. I was getting sick.
right,
I said, oh my God, I've never experienced this before in my life, where I was getting sick every couple of weeks, getting fevers and not
mhm,
feeling well.
right, right.
And I said, I need to get out of here. This is going to kill me. And I said, God, please send me a mentor. I can't, I don't want to go to another company and
Right.
experience this. I just can't do this anymore to myself.
Mhm,
I didn't know what to do.
right.
I was looking for a mentor. I really didn't find one I connected with.
Mhm.
And I said, I'm going to stop looking. Let me just have you just send her to me.
Okay.
And she showed up at a coffee shop in 2013.
That's how it works. It's
Yes,
like you just surrendered.
I
It's like,
surrendered.
right. Mhm.
I said, God, I promise you, if you send her to me, I'm going to invest myself 1,000,000%. I'm already invested. Just send
Right.
her to me, and it's done. So, and plus I wanted to follow my purpose. I knew I had a bigger purpose since I was little. I said, okay, now's the time I can do that and can
Mhm.
cover what is it, how I'm going to really help people change. What is my unique gifts and talents that
Right, right.
God has instilled in me, and I wanted to uncover those.
Mhm, mhm.
So yeah, I went on a retreat and with her in 2014 in Hawaii, and that's when I became reconnected to myself, did a lot of meditation and prayer and reflection, and uncovered like what is it that I really want,
Right.
and uncovered what is it that I desire in my future. And I said I can't go back to this job. So I called my manager
Mhm,
when I was on my retreat and told him I
mhm.
wasn't coming back. I fired my boss. And it was
I
the
love
best
it.
feeling in the world. Oh my
Like
God.
you're fired.
You're
You're
fired.
not a good boss. You're a bad actor. You're fired. I love
Yes.
it.
Yeah. I fire you and you're done. I'm done.
That's
So
it.
I gave my 2 weeks, and then, fear set in because I didn't have a plan B.
Right.
All I
That's what
had,
happens. It's like, okay, I did this thing. So okay, what's the next?
what's next? What's
Right.
next? Okay, God, I did that. I took a leap. And the next thought come to mind, I wanted to move to Florida. So I needed to sell my house when I got back from Hawaii. And that's what I did. I put the house, I got a realtor. She helped me stage the house.
Mhm.
I had a feeling it was going to sell quickly. And the realtor is like, how do you know that? I just know.
Right.
And I told her also that I'm going to get asking price.
Right.
Well,
You
she goes, I did
put it out
research.
there.
You
Mhm.
won't be able to get asking price because the houses around you are, they didn't sell at asking price. How is your house going to sell at asking price? I don't
Right.
know, but I just know that.
Right.
So, and the first person that saw my place bought it. And I said to her that this is the woman that's going to buy my place. How do you know that? I just
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
And she's, well, other people are interested in it too. I'm like, awesome. So they had a bidding war and everything, but she wanted it. So she put in asking price.
Right.
She's like,
Oh,
oh my gosh, wow, that's amazing, Jess.
right. Right. So
Yeah.
what, Jessica, I have to ask, why Florida? Did that come to you in a as you were talking with God and you just kind of planted in your heart to go to Florida, or you knew that Florida was like your next because of some experience you had with Florida? Why Florida?
Oh, yes. Thanks for asking. I've been going to Florida ever since I was a little girl.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I've been going there almost every year since I was a baby.
Okay.
And I felt that Florida's my home. Like
Mhm.
Florida really is my home.
Right, right.
And since since I was little, I felt at home there. I just love the area. I love
Mhm.
the nature. The people are nice.
Right,
I just the energy there. It just makes me feel good. It just makes
right.
the sun is
Absolutely.
always shining,
It
even though
is,
yeah,
definitely.
it's beautiful. I just feel so at home and at peace there.
Hmm,
I
hmm.
just feel good. And I said, to myself, I said, it's time. I always wanted to move there, but I just didn't have the belief in myself.
Yeah,
So now as I was working on myself, I was able to now get the confidence to make that decision and take action. It was scary. Saying it wasn't easy, but I did that. And I said, what? I had to invest in my dreams.
right, right.
So you have to take action on your dreams and you have to believe in yourself. It's believing in yourself
Mhm.
and taking action towards your dreams. And once you make that decision, and the next step is taking action.
Right. I
It's
love
taking
that.
the steps, taking the steps. And then each step is a stepping stone towards your purpose, towards
Mhm,
your goals, towards your mission.
mhm.
Everything is in alignment because it's towards something that you felt you couldn't achieve before. It's
Right.
towards something that you were in fear of. You're like
Mhm.
facing your fears. You're facing the biggest fear of moving on your own.
Right, because like once you say it's two things I say, feel the fear and do it anyway, and that's by
Right.
Dr. Susan Jeffers. You probably have heard of her. And then there's also a quote, and it goes, do the thing you fear the most, and the death of fear is certain.
Yes. Well,
And those two things are what you lived out.
I lived out that. I faced my fear of letting go of that job,
Hmm.
of a steady paycheck, of income
Right.
coming in,
Yeah.
to not having like anything to fall back on, right?
Right.
I only had plan A, and that's all I had. And that's
Yes.
what God wanted to teach me,
Hmm.
is to have faith in myself, have faith in God, what God has planned for me.
Hmm.
It's the path that God has laid out. It's my
Right.
own blueprint. Everybody has their own blueprint,
Hmm.
and this is mine. And this is the path that He desires me to follow. So I said, yes, I have faith and I'm going to follow it. Each action I took, or each location I went to, God always delivered the next step.
He doesn't
So
give it to us all in the big package at one time because that could overwhelm us. So each time you make that faith step, then he puts the next thing in front of you, another faith step. Then you get the next thing in front of you. That's what I love about him. It's almost like you're on this fantastic journey.
yeah,
You just have
it's
to have faith,
amazing.
and then it's all going to work out. And the trust is the key. Trust is the
It's
key.
trusting, it's believing, it's
Mhm.
trusting and having the ultimate faith,
Right.
having faith in His direction for you. Because
Exactly.
everybody has their own path. Doesn't mean your path is my path or somebody else's path. That's why when you're looking at other coaches and mentors that sell their path,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't mean it's for you. That was their path to success. Everybody has their own individual path.
It's true. And I think
And
too, Jessica, you have to believe in yourself enough to say, I believe in I believe in what I'm bringing forward, especially as a
yeah,
coach. I believe that what I add is value to people's lives. What I do is encourage and empower and pour into others so that to uplift their spirit. So if you feel that, and that's like in you, and I think you do feel that because it's in you and you do the coaching, you just know without a shadow of a doubt it's the right thing for you to do.
right.
Right.
It's because at each time you take that step that God has placed before you,
Hmm.
you get so much more than that.
Right.
God blesses you with like so many things. Like, for example, when I left Connecticut to move to Florida, I
Mhm.
thought it was going to be in St. Augustine I was going to live, because
Right.
I was looking and I said, oh, St. Augustine's really nice. It's the
It is
oldest
nice.
city. It's the
Yeah.
oldest city in the whole United States.
I didn't know
And
that.
yeah, it's the oldest city. And I thought it was very spiritual. And I
Mhm.
said, oh, it seems peaceful. But
Mhm.
when I stayed there for like a weekend, I said, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, I cannot stay here.
Right.
Um, I couldn't live there. So I said, now what, God? I'm here in Florida,
Right.
figuring out where I'm going to live. And now I have no clue where I'm going to live.
Right. 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 Oh, wow.
So I asked him for direction. I wanted to live in a place that reminded me of Florida, of Hawaii. When I was staying in Hawaii for a month, I felt Hawaii was like very peaceful, very safe.
I can
Um,
see that. Very
yeah,
serene. Sitting on the beach.
serene.
Right. Yeah.
It was a good place to heal, which I
Yeah.
needed to find a place to heal. And I said, I
Mhm.
want something like that, but in
Right.
Florida.
Hmm. Hmm.
So little while, maybe a few days after that, maybe a week, and I met a woman. I was just telling her a little about, I'm looking for a place to live. And she
Hmm.
said, have you ever thought of Palm Coast? I
Hmm.
said, Palm Coast? I've never been there before. I've been to
Hmm.
Florida so many times, like millions of
Right.
times. And I never heard of Palm Coast. It's only
Right.
20 minutes from St. Augustine on the East Coast.
Hilarious. It's
Isn't that
like you
crazy?
weren't supposed to be there, but 20 minutes up, further out.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when she told me that, I said, okay, cool. Thank you so much. And I went to go look.
Hmm.
And I'm like, as I was driving in it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so good here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like Hawaii in Florida. And I'm like, this is it. I know for sure this is it. And I
Right.
asked God to put me in a place where I'm in nature, but also right by water.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, the last day I was supposed to leave, I stayed at my cousin's house that lived in Daytona, which was
Hmm.
like a half hour, 40 minutes south.
Right.
And I said, um, I asked God, to get me something like in nature and by the water. I was looking and looking until like the last 2 days, and I was supposed to go back to Connecticut to close on my condo that I sold.
Right.
And so this house popped up, and it was right near the road I went down. I was called Palm Coast Parkway, and
Hmm.
it was in nature. It was like both sides of the road are all palm trees,
Hmm.
and as you take a left onto Clubhouse Road, you'll see the golf course on one side, and
Yeah.
the other side is the water. I'm like, oh my
Wow.
gosh, this
This
is
is
it.
it.
This
Right.
is it. As I
Right.
was driving to the place that I saw online,
Right.
and I'm like, I go on to and make a right onto Crompton Place, it's called, and I
Hmm.
go all the way down. It's in a cul-de-sac, and it's
Mm.
right on the golf course. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it. I
That's
go
awesome.
in and I go in the driveway, and I said, oh, I hope it has all windows because I like all the sunlight.
Yeah.
And it did. I walk
That's
in, there's
funny.
all windows. And I'm like, okay, where do I sign? Where do I sign?
That was it. That was
That was
it. That
it.
was it. That's funny.
And the
That's
rest is history. I really dove deep into personal development. I got
Mhm.
certified in NLP. I flew out to California for over a month, and I
Mhm.
stayed there it was really intensive. You really immersed into NLP and hypnotherapy, like 9 hours a day, every day,
Mhm.
except for
Mhm.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I really learned a lot, and I got certified in that. And then I came back to Florida, and then I learned EFT and then EMDR. I learned so many things in Florida. I
Mhm.
got so many certifications, and it was
That's
really,
good.
really, it was really helping me because I wanted to uncover what was keeping me stuck in Connecticut. And there
Right.
were things that I was not aware of that happened as
Mm.
in childhood.
Mhm.
And using these tools, I was able to uncover what events took place that my mind blocked out for a
Right.
long time until I was ready to
Right.
face them.
Until you were ready. I love that. So with those, with finding your own self-discovery and being able to get certified in so many different spaces, what strategies do you employ now to help your own clients break free from self-sabotaging patterns and habits? And how do you support them in cultivating their inner confidence?
Excellent question. Thank you.
Mhm,
Uh, I uncovered while working with clients in Florida,
mhm,
and then moving back to Connecticut because God guided me back to Connecticut back in 2018.
mhm,
And I started working with clients here,
mhm.
and there was a common theme and what I was coaching them and some common outcomes. So I
Right.
created a method called the Win Alignment Method.
Mhm.
And in this method, it helps them cover their why. What is the reason why they're doing what they're doing? You know,
Right.
either it's a sales professional, or is it a coach or a
Mhm.
small business owner? Those are the people I
Right.
generally work with that had a service that they wanted to. They were, and all these people were like angels. They're like me. They're like just a they needed help just like I did when I was young, when I was in corporate.
Right.
I needed help. I needed to uncover these emotional barriers that were keeping
Right.
me not from doing my purpose in business full time.
Mhm, mhm.
So, and I work with them to uncover their why. What is it? Who do they serve? It's really uncovering like, who do you serve? What are
Right.
your like unique gifts that you're meant to share with the world?
Mhm.
Um, and also, uh, like, what is your purpose? What's your mission here?
Right. I
Right?
love that. Yeah.
Yeah. And once you
That's
do
so
that, you
good.
have to identify what those emotional blocks that are keeping you stuck. It's like being Sherlock Holmes and uncovering
Mhm.
where did it all start? It's like uncovering that mystery, the
Yeah,
missing
why
piece of
can't
the
you push
puzzle.
to that next level? Like what's holding you back, even though you're here and you know you can get here, but
Right.
something's holding you back from getting to here, right?
Right. And a lot of the themes that people are not really speaking how they feel, right? They
Mm.
had suppressed voice. They're not
Right.
speaking their authentic self. There was an event that happened way back in childhood or
Mhm.
that also repeated during their adulthood
Right.
until the time they connected with me. And it's uncovering those events that stem way back in childhood, way
Mhm.
back when it's the environment that you're brought up in.
Right. Right.
It's your parents' belief system, right?
It's
It's
all of that.
all that.
You have to rewire your thinking pretty much. Yeah, when you get to
Yes. And
that
change the
level.
story. You're going to change
Yep.
your dynamic, right?
Yep.
Instead of repeating that same story over and over again, just different people getting the same outcome no matter what you do, no
Right.
matter how you invest in all these things, you're still getting the same pattern of behavior. The same pattern is repeating. So it's really identifying where did this all start
Right. And it
and
typically
get,
what you just said is real. And you got to go all the way back. You got to go
yeah,
back and dig deeper and figure it out because it's funny to me that a lot of what we've gone through in our childhood, whether it was trauma, because everyone doesn't have a traumatic experience, but they have some experience that has holding them back, whether it was growing up in an environment that wasn't encouraging, um, that didn't get you push you forward or whatever that could be. It
right.
then for the rest of your adult life, you're trying to work through that. It's like, and you got to get on the other side of it. It's like, so now you've taken this thing into your adult life and it acts out and comes out in other ways. You don't even know why you're doing it a lot of times. But it's been interesting to watch because even with myself having to have breakthroughs, which I'm sure you have had, being able to say, wow, that's the way I was thinking back then when I was a child, and this came into my adulthood, so you start to look at ways to break those negative self-beliefs and what you said, reshape the way you tell your story.
Right. It's reshaping yourself.
Yeah.
It's identifying these emotional barriers that
Mhm.
are not allowing you to create fulfillment in your life. Whatever
Right.
fulfillment means to you. It could be
Mhm.
having a fulfilling relationship, a relationship that is an alignment of your core values that really resonates with you, that you have maybe similar things in your past that shaped you to where you are now. And now you're both at a place where you're so aware and you're
Mhm.
living like a very conscious relationship where both people are investing in their selves individually.
Right.
Right.
I
And
love
then
that.
investing in the relationship. I feel the relationship in any relationship, the relationship with money, the relationship with other people
Mhm,
is all like I feel it's like watering a tree, right?
mhm,
You're watering, you're planting seeds,
mhm,
and you're making this, beautiful plant grow with some amazing fruit. I don't know, bananas, oranges, mangoes,
mhm.
and both people can share from the fruit, right? And I was just explaining this to a client of mine, and he goes, I love that, where it's not one-sided. It's not somebody eating the fruit and your side is bare.
Right.
No, you're both feeding into the tree. You both are nurturing not only the tree but themselves.
Yeah.
So which will, yeah, which actually is a rippling effect, not just to the partner but also to their kids,
Yeah.
to their families, and then it's just rippling out into the community. And that's how change is created,
Hmm.
positive change. How do you change? First you have to change within yourself, the environment.
Right.
Well, your environment's inside, your inside environment, your
Yeah.
mindset, your inner guidance. You have to
Which
be
is
reconnected to yourself.
which is an excellent segue into the next question I have for you. So, what mindset shift is necessary for your clients to cultivate and sustain positive outlook? What do you say about that?
The mindset of going of growth, right?
Mhm.
You have to have a mindset of growth when
I
you're
love it.
always expanding and always desiring to up level to the next level yourself. That's the mindset of always becoming better than I was
Mm,
yesterday or it
yeah.
was 5 minutes ago. You're always changing, you're always evolving, you're evolving
Mhm.
into the person that you've always wanted to become. And then when you get there to that person, then you go to the next version of that. So you're always cultivating and bettering yourself. Bettering yourself as if you're a mom, if you're a sister, if you're an
Mhm.
aunt,
Mhm.
your business owner, a change maker, an angel of change.
Mhm.
And we're always evolving. There's always something to become better at,
Yeah.
right? We're
Mhm.
never at that place where I mastered everything,
Right. Right.
right?
You always want to start to look how you can get there. What's the next level? I always say level up. What's the level up?
Yeah, yeah,
To help me stay focused 120%. What can I do to raise the standard? That's the word I'm looking for. Raise the
yeah.
standard.
Yeah, you're upgrading your mindset. You're always
Right.
upgrading, getting to
I
the
love
next
that.
level, but also having an open mind.
That's
Having an
important. You got
open,
to have an open mind, not be so
yeah,
closed-minded, because that's part of the growth. I mean, having an open
right.
mindset. So that's good. Thank you so much, Jessica. So can you share your information, website, and email or uh, vital information so folks can further the conversation with you?
Yes, that'd be awesome. Yes, you
Yes.
can find me on either Facebook under Jessica Aniela or LinkedIn, Jessica Aniela Colbis. Also, you can, I have an email. Email is hello at Jessica Aniela, ANIELA.com.
Mhm.
Also, I also have a website, jessicaaniela.com. So it's Jessica and then Aniela, ANIELA.com. Also, another thing I like to share is I'm having a workshop
Okay.
March 14th
Okay.
at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time
Hmm.
on upgrade your mindset to fast track your success.
Ooh, I love that. That sounds so
Yes.
cool. So how can people, is that webinar on your website where they can register if they need to? Is
It's
that
on it.
alignable?
Yeah, it's not alignable, but
Hmm.
it is on Facebook. It's
Okay.
on also on Instagram. You can
Okay.
also find me on Instagram. I forgot to mention that. On
Okay.
Jessica Agnella on Instagram and also on LinkedIn. And
Awesome.
if you go to any of those, you'll
Hmm.
see that I'm having it's posted there a few times already. March 14th at 5:30, upgrade your mindset to fast track your success.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jessica, for sharing those details. And so I know that you are a coach, educator, change maker, and a business owner. So what's next for Jessica?
Well, I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That
So,
should be
and
so much fun.
yes, that's fun. So I'm going to
It
start
is.
doing videos on more events. So
Mhm.
that's one of my first events that I'm having online,
Right,
which
right.
is amazing. I'm so really excited about. I'm really excited about that.
That is
Uh,
so cool. Well,
yeah,
congratulations. Yeah.
thank you so much. I'm really. It's been a long time coming, believe me. So it's just getting out of the fears again.
Out of
Like
your head, out of your head.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
that's because we
yes,
make these stories up in our head, the what ifs, the I can't, or the
yeah,
what it's going to be a lot, or all of
yeah.
that, and
What
then
if
you
it
find out it
fails?
isn't.
What if no? What if nobody shows up?
Right,
And
right, right. And then
yeah,
you
like
just have to go with that.
yeah,
If
it's
that's the case,
okay.
then you go keep going and do it next time, and more people will show up. So, but the
Yeah,
thing is, just getting my mentor told me years ago when I started Voices of Encouragement, and I was putting together our first empowerment workshop out in the community, and I was getting nervous and scared because I was like, "Well, what happens?" She said, "If one person shows up, you still did it." She said that
yeah,
the point of this
exactly.
process is that you're doing it. Like you do it anyway. It
Yes,
doesn't matter. You're doing it because you had in your head this goal, this dream that God placed in your heart, and you got to do it. And I'll never forget she said that to me. I was like, I guess I got to do it. As scared as I was, I did it.
that's
So
amazing. That's
yeah,
phenomenal. I'm
it
really
is.
happy that you did that. It's like
Yeah.
it's scary facing your fear.
It really
Especially
is. It's the fear of with no, with the webinars and seminars. It's the fear of, is anybody gonna show up?
that's
It's
what
like
it
you put
is.
yourself because you're putting yourself out there. And I always say, when you put yourself in the arena, that's the thing.
Yes,
And that's when, and I always say, you can play big or play small, but you're in the arena. That's the key. Get in the arena.
yes.
Yeah, and
It's
then you can
play.
keep moving forward.
It's go big or go home, like J Lo
Yeah,
says. Okay, so it's
yeah,
like
right.
go big or go. Seriously, it's like
Yeah.
go big. Why not? Just do it. Like
And just do it.
exactly,
Like
just do
Nike.
it.
Like Nike says, just do it. I remember in my 20s, I
Exactly.
was saying that. And one of my employers, they were like, "You're like Nike. You always say, just do it." And I was like, I guess I do say that, but I wasn't
Yeah,
even thinking about it. It's just like, let's just get it done. Why are we talking about it? I would always say, why are we just talking about it? Why don't we just do it?
yeah,
Right. Get it done.
exactly. I wholeheartedly agree with you, Edna. It's like I should have done this a long time ago. Okay,
Right, right.
but I wasn't, I guess, ready to do that. But now I
And when
am
you're
ready.
ready, you're ready. Yeah, when you're
Yeah,
ready, you'll do it. And the
yeah,
key is
yes.
it won't leave you until you do. That's the thing. It's like it's agitating you. It's like you
It's
got to get this
gnawing
thing
at
done.
you. Like
Right.
it's just
And I
like
know I got
this.
to do it, and I've been trying to do it, and I need to do. And once you do it, then it's like, oh, it's not that difficult. Right now, with you moving forward in that, I just want to congratulate you again because that's huge. And being able to make this the leap of faith and do it. And then once you get to that place and you can see where you are, then you can see further. And then you get to another place and you can see further. And that's how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
that's how we
and
do it.
once I do this, God's going to bless me
He
with
really
another
is. Yeah,
opportunity or
really.
whatever that is, right? It's
And you
just
got to be open. That's the thing, opening our minds to what God is going to bring to us, as opposed to saying, well, I want it to look like this, and it has to be this color, and it has to be this much. God's like, no, that's not how it works. I said
exactly
I was
right.
going to do it. I didn't tell you you were going to tell me how to do it. I told you I
Right.
was going to do it. So you just got to surrender to all of that. I love that. So keep
Yes.
going forward. And Jessica, it has been such a pleasure having you on the show today. I want to thank you for taking time for sharing your wisdom and your expertise with us. You truly are impacting the world around you and making big leaps of faith. So thank you again.
Thank you so much. And it's been such a pleasure being on your podcast, and you're really a person, a woman of heart. And I'm so grateful that we met on
Me too.
Alignable.
Me too.
It's really a blessing. Thank you
Yeah,
so
we,
much.
we were meant to, we were kindred spirits. We were meant to meet.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
I
And
love it.
and
I
and
love
I
it.
and I felt that in my heart that we were meant to connect.
Yeah,
And it's beautiful. I love
it
that. I
is.
love when that happens.
Me too. And you can feel it. You're like, okay, God,
Yeah,
this is someone you were purpose for me to meet. So makes a difference.
exactly.
So thanks again. So as we wrap up, I want to say if you've enjoyed our time together, remember to share this podcast, like and subscribe, and tell a friend. And if you want to contact me, you can reach me at voemetoday@gmail.com. And if you want to learn more about our resources and services at Voices of Encouragement, just reach out on voicesoфencouragement.com, where we are empowering minds and transforming lives. And remember, be bold, be true, be kind, be you. And until we meet again, Ephesians 4:1, walk worthy of the call for which you were called.